Hi Pisces, welcome to your Sealing the Timeline reading, and this reading is for now until September the 14th. It's not a timeless reading, but it is for now until September the 14th. According to astrologers, there is an event taking place, an astrological event, where Jupiter and Saturn are going direct. Saturn is the planet of karma or the law of reciprocity, and Jupiter is the planet of justice. So certain things are going to happen, and by September 14th, it's going to be shut down, and whatever energies we've carried up to that point will follow with us over the next 12 years. Now, I've put a link down in the description box, so you can go and click on that link and get way more details, because I am by no means an astrologer. But I do understand that everything that was ever created has a purpose. So, and that includes our planets and the cycles that they move into and out of. So, without further ado, we're going to ask God, guides, our angels and our archangels and the Holy Spirit to please show us what is it that Pisces needs to work on in regard to love over the next few weeks to live in accordance with their higher self through the next 12-year cycle. We're going to do this in regard to love, money, family and friend relationships, and health and wellness. But right now we're asking about love. Show us clearly what is it that Pisces needs to consider in regard to love to live in accordance with their higher self over the next 12 years. Okay. Show us clearly. We thank you for your messages. Show us clearly what does Pisces need to consider in regard to love to live in accordance with their higher self over the next 12 years. They're saying movements, choices, and decisions. So, and this is the same as the Two of Pentacles. So it looks like in regard to love, you're going to have some choices to make in regard to movement, choices, and decisions. You have some decisions to make. So we'll get clarification on each one of these cards as it relates to each topic. Show us clearly in regard to money, what is it that Pisces should work on or consider in regard to moving into this next 12-year cycle and living a life in alignment with their higher self. Show us clearly what is it that Pisces should consider in regard to money when it comes to moving into this next 12-year cycle and living in alignment with their higher self. And we get new beginnings. Okay? And then the next is family and friends, and this would include coworkers. What is it that Pisces should consider in regard to the next 12-year cycle, living in alignment, being able to live in alignment with their higher self? Show us clearly what energies does Pisces need to consider in regard to living in alignment with their higher self over the next 12-year cycle. Triumph, family and friends, and that includes coworkers. Triumph. Okay. And then the next is health and wellness. Okay, let's see. Show us clearly what is it that Pisces should consider in regard to health and wellness over the next few weeks to be able to live in accordance with their higher self through this next 12-year cycle. Show us clearly what is it that Pisces should consider in regard to health and wellness in regard to living in alignment with their higher self over the next 12-year cycle. They're saying material and spiritual prosperity. Okay. So now we're going to pull some clarifiers, and I'm going to pull 3 clarifiers on each card. This reading's going to be a little longer, but I feel like, like I said in the beginning, I know sometimes I deny the truth that I know about myself, but 12 years is a long time to live with something you don't want to live with. So I'm going to take my time and help you guys uncover some things that maybe you possibly need to deal with. I'm going to be using the Fairy deck by Doreen Virtue and some Valentine guy, and because the fairies always have a lot to say, and we're going to see what they have to say in regard to this. Okay. Show us clearly, why do we have movement, choices, and decisions in regard to love for Pisces over the next few weeks so that they can live in alignment with their higher self through this next 12-year cycle. Again, this is a collective reading, so it may not resonate with all of you. If it doesn't, please check out other readers or check out your moon and rising signs. Your messages may be there. Also, if you feel like you want a personal reading, please email me. That link is below also. Okay, so movement, choices, and decisions in regard to love. And they're saying the star. Look to the future with hope and optimism. The power of faith to move mountains, because you have that. Happy changes that bring relief and challenging times. Okay, so you got the star card, and we're going to discuss these in more depth in a minute. So I'll put my glasses on so I can read those things. Okay, so the next card to clarify that is the Five of Autumn. Reach out to others for assistance. It's a poor timing for a career change and feeling challenged by money issues. Okay? And this is about love, though. And then you have the Six of Spring. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards and success and public recognition. Okay, again, we're going to come back and talk about these in a minute. Right now, we're going to move on to money, and you got new beginnings. So God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit, show us clearly what it is about this new beginnings card as it relates to money for Pisces' higher self living over the next 12 years. What's in their best alignment. Okay. And we have the Queen of Autumn. Okay. And basically what this card says is be patient with respect to how you proceed and be practical. The ability to make anything more beautiful and meeting someone who can help you and your dreams come true in regard to money. And again, that's what these cards say. Whenever we go back and talk about them, I'm going to read a little more into them based on what my spirit guides are telling me and stuff like that as it relates to these topics. Okay. Also in regard to money, ego. It says the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, and getting caught up in fear and worry. And then it also has Three of Summer, news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, births, friends you cherish. Okay. We're going to move on to family and friends, relationships. And again, this could include co-workers. God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit show us in regard to family and friend relationships, what is it that Pisces needs to work on? Clarify this Triumph card to help them live their life in accordance with their highest self over the next 12-year cycle. Okay, and we're getting Prince of Autumn, cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, and kindness to others. Okay, and then you're getting the Lovers. And it says, true love that is long-lasting, choices made from the heart, and a return to good health. And Eight of Spring, stress that comes from having too many things on your plate, successful multitasking, and sudden changes. And then the health and wellness, you got material and spiritual prosperity. And we're going to ask again, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us why is this material and spiritual prosperity card showing up in their health and wellness placement in regard to how they should live what they should do to be able to live their life in alignment with their highest self over this next 12-year cycle. Okay, and you're getting Eight of Winter. Oh, and it says, I'm sorry, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. Thinking of your powerlessness when you're not powerless. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. And then The Prince of Spring says immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. And then you have the Three of Spring, which is plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience, there are more good things to come, and satisfaction from a job well done. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper into these cards and see exactly what it is they're saying to you. We're going to start with love. That's what everybody wants to know about love. Movement, choices, and decisions is what you got in regard to love. So Pisces, your last love reading that I did was incredible, and it was about your own self-love. And this star card kind of re-emphasizes that. So I may be tapped into that very same collective group. I'm not sure. You would know. Whatever resonates with you, take it. Whatever doesn't, leave it, okay? And like I said, check out your moon and rising signs also. But this is look to the future with hope and optimism, okay? It also says you have the power and the faith to move mountains, okay? So the main thing that it's asking you to do right now is make a decision about who you are, okay? The star card is somebody in the regular tarot, is somebody who has a lot of self-worth, has a lot of ability to manifest things and to be confident in who they are. And so the main thing is to make the decision or the movement or the choice to value yourself, to have your self-worth and to stand in that self-worth. Okay, the next thing was the Five of Autumn. Okay, so here we see a younger person reaching out to an older person. So in regard to love, this isn't two lovers or anything like that, but the situation could be the same where, you know, don't cut yourself off. If somebody reaches out to you, be open, but if it's not for you, don't stay in it, okay? And whenever you click that link a little bit later, and you're going to understand, especially if it happens within the next few weeks, why you should definitely not stay in it, because whatever energies you allow to remain in your life from now until September 14th, by September 14th, those energies will continue into the next 12 years. So if somebody reaches out to you, be open, but don't play around with them. If they're not gonna be what you know you want, then cut it. Don't use it as a distraction to keep yourself busy. Continue to focus on yourself. It also says that you're feeling challenged by money issues. So this is telling me when in regard to love, don't let money be a reason that you allow yourself to be in a relationship. If you're in a relationship for convenience, for financial convenience, either decide, okay, I'm good with that and I'm good living the next 12 years like that. Or if you're not, if you almost feel like you're being untrue to yourself and you want to get out of that situation, then get out of that situation and trust the universe to take care of you. But whatever you choose to do, and it's all your choice. Nobody chooses for you. Only you choose for yourself. Whatever you choose is what you will be in for the next 12 years. And you say, but I have free will. Yes, you have free will. You may get out of that relationship 5 years down the road, but you'll find yourself in another relationship identical to it after that, because that's the energy that you're carrying. So it will continue to be attracted to you that way. The Six of Spring, wonderful news is on its way. So it's telling you that you have already been victorious in many, many, many ways when it comes to love. And probably if you're anybody in that last group I read for, you've been extremely victorious because you have found self-love and you found that relief from needing somebody in your life. I always say, man or woman, doesn't matter. A relationship should be something we want, not something we need. But we should be perfectly happy with who we are. And it looks like they're saying that this is right. Continue with this energy. Continue with this energy of feeling successful in you, being you. So it looks like your movement, your choices and decisions, if you've not already gotten to that place where you're good with you, then maybe that's what they're wanting you to work on, is becoming good with you. Okay? All right. Our next one is about money, new beginnings. And the first thing they're talking about is the Queen of Autumn. Okay, so it says that you have the ability to take anything and make it fabulous, okay? The Queen of Autumn is the same as the Queen of Pentacles. She's very nurturing. She manages her resources wisely. She's very able to manifest things in this physical 3D arena. So, and it's saying that, be resourceful. Be resourceful. Know your strengths, know your talents, and possibly quit being that person that thinks you're not worthy of more. In other words, the lower paying job because, well, it's all I can afford, it's all I can manage right now or whatever. Is that the truth, or is that just in your mind? Is that a mindset? Because it looks like what they're saying is you have the ability to manifest anything and to bring these resources into your life, and you probably have resources around you that you can use to create something better for yourself. So consider that when it comes to your money. And again, this is something that you're wanting to work on in the next few weeks because, again, this timeline seals on September 14th. So whatever energies you are carrying to that date will continue over the next 12 years. So remove the self-sabotaging thoughts and remind yourself that you are very resourceful and that you are worthy of the kind of finances you want in your life. Let worry and fear go. Getting caught up in fear and worry, ego. Let worry and fear go. In this particular card, I love this card because this couple is taking guilt and sacrifice. They're burning it like a sacrifice. They're getting rid of it. They're not going to allow it in their life anymore. So we do that with our ego. We say, well, I'm not good enough for that promotion. No, that's not true. Apply for that promotion. You are good enough. Or I'm not good enough to apply for that job, or I don't have a degree, I don't have we all do it to ourselves. We all think we're not, we all have some issues like that. And what Spirit is saying in this particular case is work on those things because you are worthy. Everybody thinks, oh man, he has an ego. That's what they say whenever somebody is very much overly confident. They think way too much of themselves. We say, oh, that's the ego. But the same is true on the other side of the coin. Whenever somebody says, I'm not good enough for that, that's an ego. Okay? And we need our ego, but we need a balanced ego. We need a balanced ego to be our partner, not to be our enemy, not to tell us that we're not good enough, and not to tell us that we're too good either. So take that worry and that fear about what you're worthy of and throw it out the window, because you're worthy of every single thing that you want in life, okay? And if it includes a promotion, then it includes a promotion. So if you're at a job that you hate, now would be a good time to probably do something a little bit different, or at least start taking the steps to get there, to get your mind, the energy in your mind toward that better life. Then you have the Three of Summer. So when it comes to money, I see that what they're telling me, because these two are about your worthiness and everything, this tells me that when it comes to money, it's almost like they're saying, continue what you're doing as far as managing your finances. That's worth celebrating. But you do deserve more, and that's worth celebrating too. You deserving more is worth celebrating. So whatever it is that you would like to implement into your business, if you have a business and you want to implement another service, yes, that's worth celebrating, and you have the capability of doing it. If you're wanting to apply for a promotion, anything like that, or if you're wanting to find a new financial advisor, or whatever those things are. Okay, here's this just came right into my brain. If you are dealing with a financial advisor or a bank or any kind of institution like that, because it's who your parents dealt with. It's because it's who, whatever the tradition is. The tradition. It's, well, I'm with State Farm. I've been with them since I'm 16 years old. People call me to offer me quotes all the time, and I'm always like, oh no, I've been with them since I'm 16. It's like I'm proud of that, okay? And I could probably save money if I went somewhere else. So this is kind of the same thing. If you're doing things like that, perhaps they're saying, change. It's worth celebrating to have change in your life. Because if you can save money, or if you can make more money with a different financial advisor or anything like that, trust yourself. Trust yourself to make those decisions. Okay? So there's your money. All right. In family and friends and coworkers, you have triumph. So I'm going to say before I start getting into these cards, is what I'm going to say is, I'm thinking that they're probably saying that you've got this managed, but we're gonna look at it. The Prince of Autumn. He's cautious but wise in his action. He's meticulous attention in detail, and he's very kind to others. So basically what this is telling me, if you don't, because it's under triumph, I'm wanting to say that this is going to be all clarification or validation of your relationships within your space, within your other people in your tribe, in your circle, because it looks like, this guy he's triumphant, and he's coming in fast, and he's coming in with a red flag. So and it's a 7. It's just, to me, it's like this. It's basically they're complimenting you, Pisces, because you've got this under control, okay? And here's another card where it says you've got this under control. You're successful at multitasking. In other words, you likely are that person who balances your work and your home life very well. Nobody suffers. Your work doesn't suffer because you're worried about home, and your home doesn't suffer because you're worried about work. You've got it together. You're a successful multitasker. So again, I think this is more clarification and validation. If that does not resonate with you, then the opposite is true, and that's something that you should focus on. But if that were the case, I think we would have gotten balance or something like that in this particular placement. Because we got triumph, I'm feeling like they're saying you already are triumphant in these situations. And then the last card is the Lover's card. And the Lover's card is not necessarily always about a romantic love. And in this case, it says true love is long lasting. Choices made from the heart, a return to good health. So it's like you lead with your heart first when it comes to your family and your relationships. You're compassionate. It's heart over mind instead of mind over heart. Not necessarily that you put them first to your detriment, but that they know that you love them. They know that you care. I think you're good in these relationships at the moment, and going into the next 12 years. There's probably nothing that you would choose to change at this point. And again, if that does not resonate with you, then the opposite would be true, and those are things that you would want to work on. But because that triumph is there in this placement, I'm feeling like this collective that Spirit is speaking to today is very on point with these relationships. So now let's talk about health and wellness. This is the 6, called material and spiritual prosperity. It is the same as the 6 Pentacles, which talks about generosity. Okay, so I'm thinking right now, without even really paying attention to these cards, that it's time for you to be more generous with your self-care. Okay, and that's physically, spiritually, and mentally. And the first card I have is a mental card. It's the 8 of Winter, which is the same as the 8 of Swords. So in the 8 of Swords, in the tarot, this is a person who's trapped. So they're trapped, they're tied up, and they have a blindfold on. And there's swords on both sides of them, and they're just trapped there. The thing is, the ties are loose, and the girl, the woman in the card, could just grab the ties and pull them and free herself, pull the blindfold off and walk out, because there's no swords around her, just on lining up on either side of her. So she's not really trapped. The same is true in this card. This girl's on a little iceberg, but she's in a park. So this likely is not a lake. This likely is a little wishing well pond or something like that. And she could just step off and walk over there. She's not trapped. She can get away. Okay, so this is all about mental mind games we play with ourselves. I can't go to the gym. I can't fit that into my schedule. You probably can go to the gym if that's what you want to do. I don't go to the gym. But you probably can go to the gym if you really want to. We make time for the things that we want to do in our life. So, and if it's not the gym that's going to work for you, some kind of movement is important for your body. So it might be time to quit telling yourself, I can't. I have a friend that's been after me to go ride bikes. And I keep saying, I can't. I don't have time. The truth is, I just have not made time to do it. But I can make time to do it. So shame on me. This needs to be in my reading too. And the Prince of Spring and the Three of Spring are all about the wands. It's the same as the wands. And what that reminds me of the wands, I always think about communicating with spirit. So the Three of Spring is saying immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, and a passionate relationship. So I'm feeling like this card is saying to be passionate about your self-care and your spiritual life. And whenever I say that, I want you to know I never mean go to church and all that stuff. If that's what you do, if that is your spiritual practice, that's perfect. That's great. But if that's not your spiritual practice, I'm not telling you to do that. Because to me, the spirituality of ourselves is understanding who we are. Because when we understand who we are, our life changes. When we understand that we're a spiritual being that's out here having a physical experience, things change like crazy. So find something in your life that honors the spiritual you, whether it's meditation, whether it's going to church, being in nature, whatever it is that works for you, that connects you with the true essence of who you are and who your creator is. That's what it's saying. Be passionate about that. Be passionate about that, because that helps you to understand more about yourself, which helps you to understand more about becoming who you want to be in life. And then the Three of Spring, which is to honor yourself. Okay, it's important in our mental health, and this is about mental, is to honor yourself, even though this is spirit communication, that's how I feel, but to honor yourself when you've done something that you're proud of. Okay, I meditated for 15 minutes every day this week. Yay, I'm proud of that. Honor yourself, in some way. Don't say, instead of saying something like, oh man, I never have time to, or oh man, I only did it for 15 minutes a day. Because there's some people that meditate for 3 hours. Well, guess what? You're not them. Okay? Don't compare yourself with other people. Don't compare your spiritual life with other people. Honor yourself and be in a state of gratitude for what you, for how you honor yourself and what you do for yourself. Because you are created by the Creator. You're created in the Creator's image. And whenever you honor yourself, you're honoring the Creator. And so definitely, make sure, that's what they're saying. Be passionate about it. Be passionate about your spirituality and honor yourself for being spiritual, whichever spiritual path you choose. And quit lying to yourself about what you have time to do and what you don't have time to do. Okay? That's what they're saying for health and wellness. And again, that's physical health, spiritual health, and mental health. Okay, we're going to get a PS. I love PSs. I know if you watch me, you know that I love PSs. We're going to see what is their overall summary for this. If you have any questions, please email me. Again, the link to this whole astrological event is in the description It's by Psychic Sounds by B. She's obviously an astrologist, so go check it out. She has way more detail about what's going on, but these are the insights that Spirit has for you, areas in your life that possibly you might consider paying attention to for the next few weeks. Except for family and friends, looks like you have that down pat. I think that's fabulous. Okay, show us God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit. Give us a little PS and show us a summary or a word of encouragement or whatever you want to say. Just give us a little PS for Pisces in regard to this astrological event that's about to take place. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. They're saying that they recognize you as a person of peace, okay? And you know what? That has to be true, because if that weren't true, this would not be true, okay? In this family and friend area where you do have good, loving relationships where everybody knows that you love them. You don't have to worry about doing anything different. You're very good at demonstrating that. Okay, even just your presence, and that's what she is about. Even just her presence is very loving and very peaceful. So peaceful, in fact, this bird has landed on her hand. Okay, so, and she's not worried about money. She's not worried about anything in the material world. She's just good in who she is, and that's what they're saying. They see you there. They're also saying that you're the Queen of Wands. Okay, and this little black cat, to me, kind of indicates some intuition, and so perhaps they're saying follow your heart, follow the intuition that comes into your heart or into your solar plexus, because they're guiding you every step of the way. You're very poised, you're working this out, they're watching you, they're behind you, you're never alone. You've got this, Pisces. And these are women. It doesn't mean that if you're a man this doesn't count for you, because it does. This isn't gender specific. I say she and her because that's what I see on the cards. And the last word they have for you is you're the star. You're the star of your life, Pisces. And yes, we all have things, like I said in the beginning, that we want to work on to be able to live in alignment with our higher self. And they see you as this person working it out in alignment with your higher self. Okay? This is a great reading for you, Pisces. Again, I'm amazed at you, and I look forward to hearing back from you about if this resonated with you or not. Check out that link down below about this astrological event, because if I didn't think it was important, I would not have done this reading. It's been a long reading, 32 minutes, and if you stayed with me this long, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. I'm so excited. And if you haven't subscribed already, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, Pisces, have a great day. Bye.